The snow's picking up. Whatever system is coming, I think is here.
Wind chill values as low as 41 below.
Things change quick around here. Hey everybody, Syntax 77 here. I'm in New Hampshire. It is mid-February. I'm at the base of Mount Washington and we're about to do a little backpacking, camping, and possibly a summit bid. Weather's going to be dicey on this one, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm at the Ammo and Jewell Trailhead. I got my snowshoes on, crossing the road here, and we're gonna dip into the woods right about now. Doesn't look like anybody's been on this trail real recently. There's a sign buried under the snow there. Jewell Trail, Gulfside Trail. We're going to hit that, hopefully, at some point in Mount Washington. Ultimately, the goal, 5 miles in. Doesn't sound like much, but with the snow conditions and the elevation we got to do, mileage in the whites in winter can be a bit slow. Matter of fact, even in summer, I would say a lot of times in the whites you go, oh, I don't know, maybe a mile an hour. And with snowshoes, well, that can make you go a mile an hour as well. So we'll see what happens. My plan for this trip is going to get up to, I'm at 2,400 feet right now, which actually is pretty high for a start in the White Mountains. Usually you start at like 1,200 above sea level. Mount Washington is 6,288 feet. So I got about 1,000 foot advantage right now. I just got to go up 4,000 feet. But my plan for today is, as I navigate under, oh boy, under this right here with my giant pack. There we go. Try not to cause an avalanche. My plan today is only going to go about half the mileage and set up a base camp. The weather has been a bit dicey so far. I've been playing things by ear. I was originally supposed to be doing 3 days and 2 nights, and I got here ready to go yesterday, but the weather forecast was just not great. Low visibility, 95 mile per hour winds, snow, and then ironically potential rain down at the lower levels. So it wasn't looking too great yesterday. So I actually got a motel and just kind of reassessed everything. And here I am now. Still looks like we're going to have some winds, but the good thing is temps are dropping again a little bit. So no potential for rain, I'm hoping. It's still a small chance, but most likely at our elevation we won't get it. My least favorite thing ever is rain on a deep winter trip in the middle of the day and then getting frozen over at night. So that's what I was trying to avoid yesterday. I was originally going to do a trip that involved a loop, but because of my shortened time frame, I'm going to go ahead and head up the Jewell trail here and just kind of set up a base and do an out and back. Main goal is the summit of Mount Washington, so I just want to do that safely, though, of course. It's beautiful right now, though. I mean, cloud cover, but there's little spots of blue coming and going, which is nice. But forecast still has up to 110 mile per hour wind speeds above tree line in the next 48 hours or so. So, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It feels really good down here, but things really change quickly when you get up there. Whoa, in the White Mountains, as I almost fall down. But for now, it's a nice little woods walk along the brook here. And we'll just soak in the serenity while we can. Nice. Actually, that's funny. The bridge is over there, but nobody seems to be going that way. Mono trail, basically a hard packed section that's been walked on for many months, although it's a little soft right now, is right here, and this would be a snow bridge that I hope doesn't fail. Yeah, it's a little soft. Wow. Yeah, the temps are unseasonably warm right now. It is in the 30s, which is pretty crazy for February. I should say above average. It's creating some pretty soft and kind of erratic snow conditions. I think I'd rather actually have it be a solid 20 degrees instead of flirting with above and below freezing. But that's okay. It is nice not to wear gloves, I guess. Once we get to above tree line, that'll definitely change. Even at 30 degrees, like yesterday, for instance, they had 95 mile per hour winds, which put the wind chill down to negative 35. And that was really all because of the wind. Pushed about a mile, a little past a mile in. Seems to be flattening out a little bit here. A little shelf-like section. Haven't been doing too much work yet, but I feel like I know what I'm in the mood to do, as is my custom. Might be time for a little bit of a power move. Power move. Yep, it is officially time for some midday noodles. And I actually pushed on a little bit more. I'm up to 1.5 miles or 1.6 miles, 800, maybe 900 feet of elevation gain. So I think about halfway to my target camp area. I'm not going to camp above tree line. Because of that weather forecast. When I originally wanted to come out here for a 3-day trip, and I was doing the full loop, I was going to go up Ammo Trail, which leaves from the same parking lot, and I was going to flirt with the possibility of setting up my tent above treeline, but based on the weather forecast and whatnot, I'm not going to do that. Although, temperature-wise, it is pretty awesome. It's, hold on, let me see. It's ridiculously mild. It's 36 degrees. It's practically summer, considering it's February right now. And I don't hear a lot of monstrous wind up on the tree line area, which should be about a mile in front of me, which is nice. But yeah, I'm going to do a little noodle break. And I got to give a shout out to viewer Matt, who sent me this. He sent me 2 packs of this. Mama Phobo noodles. They're Vietnamese pho style noodles. And he said he's been enjoying these on hikes and then also during the lockdown and whatnot. I guess some of his local places aren't open yet. So this has been how he's been getting his Vietnamese fix. So I'm about to try some right now. He sent a little packet of sriracha that he suggested to add in there. And it's kind of like a ramen style noodle packet, but if you can see, it's more of like almost like a glass noodle kind of look going on there. Let's see. Wow. That's amazing. There was a couple flavor packets that came with it. One of them looked like it was probably seasoning, and then the other one was like coconut oil. I see that in the ingredients. That is amazing. Really good. Middle of nowhere, eating some pho. Yeah, I love ramen noodles, but this puts them to shame. It's got a little more of a real food taste as I choke on the sriracha. So thank you, Matt. If you're seeing this, I'll send you an email as well. But if you're seeing this, I appreciate you sending that. He did also suggest, highly suggest that I bring up with me some fresh jalapenos and green onions chopped up to throw in here. I kind of dropped the ball on that, but I do have another packet. Maybe I'll try to resist eating that in the next 2 days, and I'll try the fresh additives next time. But even without that, this is amazing. Delicious. Yeah, I'm just gonna warm up with my hot soup and then continue up the trail, which is right up here. I lucked out on this little area to pull over here. It was perfect to make a little spot. Emergency situation, you could probably even get a tent here, but I'm gonna keep pushing on after this. Probably just gonna set up camp and enjoy myself, have a nice dinner, and maybe get up really early for me at least, and then run for the summit if it's safe tomorrow morning. Jamming it into today I think would be a little rushed, and with the dicey wind forecast, which I don't believe is hitting yet, but it could. Things change quick around here. I don't think I want to risk coming back at dark if the weather does turn south. So yeah, that's the plan. Eat noodles, push on towards camp. All right. Back at it. Hasn't been that far yet, but check out these trees. They're getting small, which means we're getting close to tree line. Now, from the notes I read and maps I've looked at, we're not near tree line yet, or at least we shouldn't be. And it's right before tree line that I plan the camp. There should be a couple campsites that are legal, even in the summer. You can't camp above tree line in the summer. You can only do it when there's 2 feet or more of snow on the ground. When these trees are under 8 feet tall, which means you're in the alpine zone. But I mean, I don't know, these trees are getting down to in the teens, I'd say. Got some rabbit tracks there, or maybe some snowshoe hair, I'm not sure. Over there too. But yeah, I don't know if we kind of dip in and out of tree line. I've never done this trail before, but my gut tells me if we're trying to camp right before tree line, that will be pretty soon. Matter of fact, I can see the shoulder of Mount Washington right there through the trees. You can see that snowfield up there possibly. But yeah, I mean, either way, we're going to push on. These aren't the most popular campsites. They're certainly not official. And they're mostly used as kind of an escape route for people doing the Presidential Range, which also has the Appalachian Trail on it. So occasionally people will dip down the Jewell Trail from up top where we're going. And apparently we'll camp here because it is legal and safe out of the wind if there was a storm or something that prevented you from moving on. But I also have to keep in mind that does not look right now on this trail the way it does look in the summer. So it's very possible that I could walk by what would otherwise be a semi-recognizable campsite in the summer. In the winter, when I'm up on 6 feet of snow base, I might not notice it at all. So I don't know, we'll see. This snow is getting sticky, and I got some snowballing. If you can see that there on the bottom of my MSR snowshoe. Nice 1996 nostalgic MSR Denali snowshoe there. Yeah, I'm snowballing, which basically means the snow is sticky and it starts sticking on there and weighs you down, but also kills your traction, pardon me. So as I lose my hiking pole, that's another disadvantage of it being a little warmer, is that this snow is quite tacky. But anyway, I'm going to keep on keeping on, keep my eyes peeled. We're definitely getting up there. I can see the Presidential Range over there, and it is looking socked in. I'm actually surprised we can see over here, because if this ridge had clouds like that ridge, we would not have this view. The snow's picking up. Whatever system is coming, I think is here, at least the front edge of it. And you can see the mountain range over there steadily disappearing. But these trees are getting small. The trail is getting exposed. At this point, I'm just going to poke around a little bit more up here. Ultimately, tomorrow we're going to wrap around there and then up onto that arm. And Mount Washington is in there, but you just can't see it because of the clouds. But that is tomorrow. Right now, I need to just find somewhere to put up a tent safely out of the elements, and hopefully on some level ground. So I'm going to start scouting around. If I have to backtrack, I'm definitely going to do it. I could head back this way. But yeah, that's what I need to do right now. My last video in New Hampshire, I just followed rabbit tracks and everything worked out. So maybe we'll try that again. We are off the trail, which means the snow is deep and not consolidated, and there could be spruce drops. Let's see how it wants to break there. So we got to go slow and be careful and not hit any traps, which basically would mean, you know, a tree branch up at what would normally be, I don't know, 3 feet. It catches enough snow to look like there's snow, but there's actually an air pocket underneath, and then you hit it and you get stuck with your snowshoes. No good. But I'm just going to follow these tracks and look for a clearing. Bust out the shovel. Try to level out a spot. Let's see. Now, normally in the White Mountains, very hard to find camp spots that are actually level for a tent. That's why I usually do a hammock. In my case though, I have a tent because I thought I might be above tree line. I'm not going to do that on this trip. But because of all the snow cover, I'll be able to shovel out with my little camp shovel here. I'll shovel out a little level spot. And this will telescope out into, I don't know, about a 2.5, 3 foot shovel. A little pep in my step. I got some Mio Squirt Java, Mocha Java iced coffee, and it's certainly iced. I got my water there. I'll melt snow for the rest of my water. I'm about to put my military extreme cold weather pants on. Those are Gore-Tex and breathable. That'll keep me dry if I'm kneeling in the snow, and they also trap a lot of heat, but they still breathe, which is nice. I still don't have gloves on, but now that I'm not moving, I think that's going to change pretty soon. So got some gloves I'll put on right there, and I'm just going to look around for somewhere to set up a tent. The ridge is right over there. There's actually a nice view, but I'm going to resist that temptation. A, because the trail is right there. I don't think many people are coming up here, but nonetheless, I'm not going to camp right by the trail. And then on top of that, as calm as it is now, based on the forecast, I'm not going to flirt with the high winds. And I think this whole area in general is probably going to get hit pretty hard with wind. So back here in the trees is probably going to be the smarter way to go. And I can always walk out there at night or in the evening if I get set up quick enough. Just stamp out a nice spot. So I can have a level spot for the tent, but also because definitely looking forward to getting these snowshoes off. But if I take them off around here, I'm probably going to go in up to my waist. So the idea is pack it down pretty good, make some walkways, and then I can take the snowshoes off and I can stick to those little walkways and not fall through the snow. The shovel, just pop it right back together. That's it right there. So I can use this to level out the ground, but for now I think gravity is going to do the trick. I marked on my GPS where my campsite is so I can make sure to come back to the right spot tomorrow, especially if the visibility is low. And on my spot messenger here, I got the Gen 3. Hold the button down. There we go. And my wife will get a little message and my GPS coordinates. Make her feel better, and me as well. So I'm going to burn some calories, stomp down some snow, and eventually we'll have a little tent set up here. I'm going to make another hot meal. I have been burning some calories, and I'm looking forward to that. And you just can't beat fire, can you? To make you feel a little bit more comfortable. It has gotten dark quite quickly. Tent's there. I still got to pull the guy lines out and set it up properly, but I'm gonna make some food first. Sun is going down over there. Might take a walk out and take a peek at that, but my main priority right now is get some water boiling in the cook set here and choose a dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna have actually. I still have 3 days worth of food with me, which is ridiculous, but I didn't bother paring down. Let's see. I think I'm probably gonna go with some Peak Refuel. Beef pasta marinara, that's a good one. Sweet pork and rice. Yeah, that might be it. That might be it. That I had a couple trips ago, and it's ridiculously good and sweet. A little bit of brown sugar glaze. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'll get that working. It takes about 10, I'll give it 15 minutes to rehydrate, and while that's going, I'll probably shore this tent up. But yeah, I should probably get some water. the stove is primed, so it's over here. I've been walking around without snowshoes, but it's a little treacherous. I randomly fall through up to about here, so I think that might be a little short. Let's grab this other bottle. Whoop, there I went. Oh, yeah, see, so as much as I stamped it out, I fall through pretty easily. All right, so how much water do we need? Open pouch, yada yada. 1 cup, 8 ounces. That ain't much at all. So I got a 1 liter pot and a little Mallow cook set my mom gave me for my birthday several years ago. And it works quite well, and it's got marks on it, so a 1/4 liter would be 1 cup. All right, easy enough. I should probably do my, let's not burn the pot, but do my windscreen to get my fuel efficiency going well. Just my Optimus stove with white gas. Although honestly, with these temps in the 30s, well, I don't really know what the temp is, because to be honest, I looked for my thermometer, and apparently it got ripped off on the hike up here going through all the low brush. So RIP. Lost the thermometer, but I'm guessing it's probably still in the 30s, maybe dipping into the 20s. But the water is liquid, so it can't be that cold, right? Yeah, quarter liter. Pretty close to a cup, so that'll work. And then just give this thing a pump every once in a while to keep it pressurized. You can hear it cranking up as I do that. Put the lid on for fuel efficiency. Give that some time. Stare at the woods. Maybe fix the tent. And dream of sweet pork and rice. Well, that wind is picking up. The sun has gone away. Got a little pink on the horizon there. I've come back out to the trail. Plopped down my my stool. Got my black beans and brown sugar pork and rice. Quite tasty. Not a bad day. So I'm gonna hit this up, get some calories in me, and the tent is all set up now, so I actually see the moon over there too. I don't know if you can see it through the trees there, but it looks just about full, almost. So a little moonlight, a little pork and rice, a lot of snow, and a fresh day on the horizon. See where it takes us. I don't know if you can see me. Oof. I'm blinding myself. So I guess you can see something. It is, I don't even know what time it is. 2:29 in the morning. And the wind is just raging. I mean, like a nightmare above me. Surprisingly, I don't really feel a lot of wind right against my tent. So I guess I suppose I picked a nice protected area. But it sounds insane. The wind above treeline has to be crazy right now. So I'm thinking those triple-digit winds that they were predicting in the forecast may be coming to fruition. Sunrise around 6:30, so 4 hours from now. I don't know. Tomorrow could be interesting. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. But as of right now, that doesn't sound too promising. But we'll see. I'm gonna get back to sleep and see what the morning brings. I feel, or I should say, I hear some precipitation of some kind coming down on the tent. I don't know if it's sleet or snow or what, but I guess we'll find out in the morning. All right. Night, night. And morning is here. Good morning, everyone. The wind is still raging. Not quite as intense as it was last night, which was pretty crazy. It was just raging all night. pretty crazy sounding bursts here and there. And unless I was hallucinating, I'm pretty sure I saw 2 flashes that I think were lightning. It was crazy. And unfortunately, I think the possibility of it dying down after nighttime might not be happening, because it still sounds pretty intense. That wind kept me up last night. I'm not really feeling 100%, but for whatever reason, around 3:30, my stomach started bothering me. So I'm just full of complaints today, aren't I? Don't know what's wrong with me. Hopefully that'll go away. Don't worry, no dry cough or fever. It's just some sort of stomach issue going on. But yeah, it's about 6:30. Guess I gotta drag myself out of this tent at some point. Convince myself to do that. And we'll take it from there. What do we got out here? Alright, there we go. Pot covered in snow from last night, but still there. Stool is still there, excellent. And my snowshoes. You can see my Outdoor Vitals 1P plus tent, so basically it's 1-person tent, but plus a little extra room, like for a dog or just yourself. I got that guide out, all the tie-out points, because I was not trusting that wind last night. Whew. So I staked it down. I actually didn't use stakes, I used all sticks, so I didn't bury any tent spikes or dead man anchors. I don't have to worry about retrieving that from the frozen snow. This morning, when I dig out, that one's just connected to my pole. But yeah, it did well. It's got a nice vestibule for my gear. And I also went with Outdoor Vitals for my sleeping bag, which is falling out right now. But, sorry, I'm cold. Don't have a lot of dexterity today. But that's my, it's their Mummy Pod Storm Loft. It's a water resistant down. It's rated to 15, but I've taken it below that before, so it definitely did the trick last night on top of my Amok XL sleeping pad, which basically fills up the whole tent. It's a pretty big pad, so that's nice. And I stayed nice and toasty. It was just noisy. Woo. All right, well, I'm gonna get some gloves on real quick, that's for sure, and just get moving around, get warmed up, and see what I want to do with my day here. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of a walk, see what the view is like over here off the ridge, and also to take my mind off the fact that I feel a little nauseous. And I took a sip of water back there, or actually it had a little electrolyte in it, but basically water, and started feeling like I was going to throw up, so that's fun. I'm sorry, this is a bummer of a video. You thought you were going to see nature. It's just some guy talking about how he's trying not to throw up at 7 in the morning. Anyway, maybe a little movement will make me feel better. Oh, I don't have my snowshoes on, so hopefully this is consolidated enough. Definitely don't want to step off to either side. A little walk will warm me up too. It's always good to do in the morning. Get the blood flowing. Oh wow. Well, this is where I ate last night, and I did have a nice little view peeking through there, but can't see anything right now. This is where my chair was, so this is exactly where I was sitting last night. And I can just barely make out the other mountain range over there, or side of Mount Washington, I should say. Huh. I'm sure it's not any better up top, especially with this blowing snow. Wow. Yeah, you know, I originally came up here and planned this trip because the weather looked promising. And the temps are certainly nice. But the forecast started changing on me pretty much the day that I drove up. Oh well. Windy, windy. I would not want to feel this wind if the temps actually were below zero like they usually are up here. So, heat up a little water. See if I can't keep some coffee down. Maybe that'll help. Or hurt. Who knows? Haven't tried this before. Alpine Start. I think it's got the creamer and everything in it. This is dirty chai latte. Hopefully it's a soothing for the stomach. So just melting a little snow. And spending some time at camp. Hopefully I'll feel a little better, and then maybe I can go for a little jaunt up a little further on the mountain. But yeah, we'll see how I feel. But yeah, one thing at a time, right?
Temperatures falling into the mid-20s this afternoon. Northwest winds 15 to 20
Alright, so the temps are going back down. That's a local forecast for New Hampshire and Maine. So it'll be a little different than Higher Summits forecast. I'm pretty sure there is a specific weather station around here for Higher Summits. I could be wrong about that, but I'll flip through and take a look at that. But I got my dirty chai. Hope it makes me feel better.
Highs in the lower 30s. West winds around 10 miles an hour.
Ooh, hot.
Friday night, mostly clear.
And tasty.
Lows around 13. Light and variable winds.
I can deal with that.
Saturday.
As long as I can keep it down, but tastes pretty good. Drinking it right out of the pot. Why not? I'll just enjoy the snowy view and have a little dirty chai.
Forecast for summits above 4,000 feet in northern New Hampshire and western Maine. Today, summits obscured. Numerous snow showers this morning, then scattered snow showers this afternoon. Highs around 18. Northwest winds around 85 miles per hour, becoming west and decreasing to around 75 miles per hour this afternoon. Wind chill values as low as 41 below. Below.
Alright. Back on the trail. And I'm up on the ridge here. This would normally be pretty decent view right through these trees here. But as you can see, well, or can't see, nothing going on there. I left the tent set up and all my heavy stuff back at camp. Just threw the whole pack on for convenience, but it's really just snacks, water, stuff like that inside. And I'm just using it to come up here and see if I could get a little view. But as you could hear on that forecast, 85 mile per hour winds coming and going up here. Low visibility. Wind chill negative 42 or something like that. So I'm yeah, probably not gonna go too far. Probably not gonna be a huge payoff for me on this particular trip, and I'm just not feeling that good. I don't know what happened. I've had those dinners before. I mean, they're freeze dried and sealed, and that wouldn't have made me sick. The only thing I can think of is, well, it's not real severe. I don't think it's food poisoning. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm just feeling off and periods of nausea. And I don't know. I had a gas station breakfast sandwich on the way in. Maybe that was the wrong move for the drive in, or just some bad luck. I'm certainly getting some of that on this trip. But I'll go a little further, see if I can poke up out of the trees a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. Okay. More gray, smaller trees, and steadily increasing wind. That's what's up here. Bummer. I don't know. I always say you should do this stuff to have fun, not to prove a point. So I probably should remember that advice and give it to myself right now. Just feel like crap. Weather's not great, and I just don't know how smart it is for me to continue putting more distance between myself and camp, or more importantly, myself and the car. If I do start feeling worse stomach-wise than I already am. Plus, I'm just really not enjoying. I'm trying to continue to drink water, but it doesn't make me feel great. So that means I'm not hydrating as much as I should. Might have to call it. I think the White Mountains beat me again. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just not what I set out to do. But that is okay. There's always next year. Do Mount Washington. Maybe I'll drag somebody along and convince a friend to come with me too. That's always nice. Then if weather does go south and you end up just spending time at camp, you actually have somebody to talk to, right? Yep, I have turned around. All right, well, back to my temporary home. Well, the tent's still here, so that's good. And I didn't need these goggles. I'm just being stupid. Put them on for the heck of it because it's been far too long since I've needed these. This would have been if we went above tree line, of course. This is how you keep yourself covered up. A, so you can see, and B, so you don't get frostbite on your face. But we didn't go that far this time. So I can probably take them off. Ooh. All right. Well, I'm going to take my time, but break down camp. Because the time right now is 10:34, so I have tons of time. Well, I should be careful what I say, but I have a decent amount of time to get down these 2.5 or 3 miles or whatever it was. So yeah, I'll take my time and enjoy the time I do have in the woods, but it will be nice to get back to some heat, figure out what's wrong with my gut. All right, break her down. All right, I take it back. Using sticks instead of tent spikes, it's still a little time consuming. Because I buried these pretty far down there, and I don't want to tug on this too much and mess up the line, guy line on my tent. And this snow really has hardened up since I got here yesterday. But we'll get there. I could use my shovel, of course, but I want to be careful not to cut that line. Oh, there we go. I got it. One down. Several more to go. Those winds are definitely picking up. So, seems like the forecast was right. I mean, we saw firsthand the visibility was no good, but I was a little almost lured in by the lower than I expected winds, but seems like they're slowly ramping back up. I think there's a little kind of dip in activity. It got real bad overnight. It was kind of bad this morning. It dipped down. Now it's coming back. So, speaking of coming back and dipping down and back and forth, that's about where I seem to be. If you're dying to know about my ailments, it just kind of comes and goes. So I feel fine right now, but that's happened like 5 times, and then just start feeling a little icky again. So I'm looking forward to getting back to warmth, and hopefully I'm just really hoping I get my appetite back, so that I can still have my post-hike cheeseburger, or else this will be a first if I don't immediately leave the trail with a huge appetite. That is for sure. I'm definitely underhydrated because I've had some cramps, and believe me, it's not from overexertion today. It's got to be just from me not drinking enough water. So I need to stay on top of that. But tent is just about down, so that's the final piece of this. And yeah, this guy breaks down really easy, very convenient. Did just fine for winter. All those tie out points, and yeah, not bad at all. So just gonna put the final pieces of this away, throw everything in my pack, take a look around, make sure I didn't leave anything, both gear or trash. And be time to do some downhill, a lot of downhill actually. All right, let's roll. Leaving our home behind. On to the downhill. Adjusted the poles to longer for the downhill. Definitely making it a little more comfortable. But we'll take it slow on these steeper sections. Looks like it's flattening out here around the corner. Definitely a lot more snow than when I came in. It's actually some blue peeking out over there, but it's gray on that side. Something's coming, that's for sure. Making decent time. Doing downhill is way different, obviously. Going much faster than yesterday. And yeah, haven't thrown up in the snow yet, so everything's cool. The parking lot, when I finally get there, actually has a view of Mount Washington, but it'd be pretty ironic if I would love to see it, and it would also be pretty ironic if it's clear and out of the clouds after I aborted the mission, but we'll see. I do believe we made it. Whew. Man, it is a gray day. We are back and around this corner up here. Let's see if we get a view of Mount Washington after all. Part of me thinks not, but you never know. Be up here to my left. Well, we're back in one piece. A 2-day trip instead of a 3-day trip. No summit instead of a summit. No food yet either. Those clouds moving. They are cruising. The Jeep's still there. That's nice. Always nice. And that's Mount Washington. Or it would be. That's all right. So, mission complete. We did it. Get this pack off in a minute. That'll feel good. Oh man, yeah, it wouldn't be good up there, and I wasn't feeling too good either. Although I am gonna take the risk, go get myself a burger. We'll see how that goes. I also want to give a shout out to Linda, a viewer. Just want to say thank you. She sent me this Appalachian Mountain Club 1992 is the mark on there. Handkerchief with a topo map right on it. And she said she bought this 30 plus years ago, long before GPS, because she thought it was cool that it had the map on there, and she got it back then when she did Mount Washington. So Linda, I brought it with me to try to bring it back up to the summit for you. Didn't quite work out. There's always next year, I suppose. So that's all right. Speaking of viewers too, Matt, just want to let you know I'm 98% sure that it wasn't the Vietnamese pho that gave me whatever stomach troubles I have right now. That was actually an amazing meal. I got my other one left, and I'll try it with jalapenos next time. But yeah, that's it. A little blowing snow and a trip that didn't work out exactly as planned, but it worked out nonetheless. So till next time, I'm Syntax77, and right now, most likely, it's cheeseburger time.